back. Oh shit, hold on. This is just a hair tie, just in case I needed just to tie my hair up, just cause like when you got locks, it get kind of hot, especially like the back of your neck. So if I feel like tying my hair up, this is not a choker, it's a hair tie. Just a little disclaimer, but all right. Fresh off work, so I'm gonna try to make this as quick as I can. I'm gonna try to speak slowly as I can, articulate my words the best way I can, because I'm still trying to get more mindful with that. But anyhow, today is August the 26th, 2026. And as of right now, today, I have 304 subscribers, so it is 304 y'all. So, see, if I was the type to put like edits and effects on my videos, I'll like have a little round of applause, or I have something going on. But yeah, some little celebration. But maybe in the future we'll get to that. But yeah, 300 subscribers, and it's cool because like 4 or 5 months ago, I'm gonna say 4 to 5 months ago, I was just celebrating hitting 200 subscribers. So to hit 300 subscribers, within like 4 to 5 months, that's pretty cool, man. I appreciate it, especially since like I feel as if I could have been hit it, but like it was just weeks and days to where like I was just drained. I know it was just posting shorts or just posting videos, but like I don't know, when I'm like really drained, really tired, I just don't have I don't have no energy to post. Like, nah, it's not like a bullshit ass excuse, but like, nah, just posting something, it'd be taking so much energy out of me. So it's like, So yeah, I could have been hit it in my opinion, but to hit it within a nice time frame, I can't complain. It's like, to have 300 people that really just follow me, that watch my videos, or had watched a video and then was like, you know what, I might want to subscribe to him, Hey, I take it. What the hell am I about to talk about this video? Oh, slowing down. Yeah, I made a video like, what the hell is that? Like a month or two ago, and it's like maybe like 3 or 4 videos ago. And that the title of that video, or part of the title, was just me just slowing down and something else. But like, it just like a reoccurring theme in my life that I'm like really trying to, I don't want to say consume, but really just, I'm gonna just say indulge in. Like, I'm really trying to indulge in the mindset of slowing down, because it's like anytime I made bad decisions or a decision that was a little iffy, it was just because like I didn't really take the time to really slow down and really just, weigh out my options, make sure I'm doing stuff the right way. And it's like, the thing about that is, it's like I like to think I'm pretty logical, and I make my, I don't make all my decisions just based off emotions or how I'm feeling, and just whatever. I like to think like my decisions are pretty thought out. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, So it's like, even so, like, with that being said, it's like, so even with me knowing or having the thought that most of my decision makings are coming from a logical place, and for it to be logical, it had to be to the point where it wasn't that fast of a decision. So I had to go to some type of thought process to come to that decision. You know what I'm saying? So, with me slowing down, I want to make sure that my decision making is, aligned with that. I don't want to just have, okay, I'm slowing down, but is my decision making still bad? Is my decision making still in the aspect of me trying to rush something? Because I feel as if you can slow down, but you can still have like a decision making to the point where you can still have like a fair type of decision making, even though it's logical. I still think like you can still just kind of go off just like a spontaneous feeling based off that logical decision. So, I just want to make sure those two are pretty much aligned and could join as one, just so I am slowing down with, just keeping the main thing, having like a slow burn relationship with trading, really, especially with trading. Like, yeah, slowing down with everything in life, but really just slowing down with my trading journey, because it's like I have like an ego when it comes to trading in a way, because you can't have no ego when it comes to trading at all. But it's like I've been doing this for so long, and it's like I've been, studying, I've been taking notes, but it's like, you've been doing something for so long, you got so much knowledge, so much information on something. I don't think I'm gonna know it all, but it's like, nah, this should work. And it's like, you know, time and time again, I get my ass burned just because it's like, yeah, we know a lot, but it's like we still gotta have a slow burn with really perfecting our strategy, our technique, and our decision making, and making sure we is aligned, and making sure, like, even before we even really take big steps with trading, making sure that decision, like, the logical step that we making to come to a decision, is just well thought out. It's not just based off of an ego or emotion, or I got to do this to get that. Just really want to have a slow burn with just my greatness. And it's like, greatness doesn't happen overnight. It's like people will see, somebody with, like, all the money, all the cars, all the big houses and stuff like that. They would think, okay, maybe, or they might have like an idea or like a negative perception of it. Okay, this happened overnight for him. Or of course he can do this, that, and the third. But it's like the slow burners of that. It what made that person be able to have those blessings. The slow burn, and that was made greatness. The slow burn, the late nights, early mornings, the great note taking, the thought out decision making, the logical ideas, being able to write it down, plan it, jot down a list, and being able to follow through with it, and to for lack of better words, tidy up what you need to. Cause like as you move on with your plan, you may see and think about certain things that may need to get changed out, that may need to get replaced. So to have those moments where you can, just make these small adjustments. I think that's what I was trying to say. Just make small adjustments to the plan as you're doing that. And with this being a slow burn process, I'm giving myself more time to make those adjustments, to make those mistakes, so that way, next year or this time next year, it's like, okay, now everything that I've been doing the rest of this year, it's like it kind of like fall into place. It's more aligned, because like like I said, my videos way like 4 or 5 videos before, it's like I'm not really trying to do anything for this year, like as far as like goals and stuff like that. Everything I'm doing right now is just for next year, like studying, taking better notes, way better notes, working more overtime, spending less money, and yeah, and like with that being a slow burn, it giving me time to really relax, and not relax and just be lazy, but relax with, okay, Dominic, we ain't gotta have it all this year, this month. Let's just focus on the good steps, the positive steps that will make next year easier. Like this year wasn't the best, but the stuff that I did last year, when I was talking about me changing my bad habits to good habits, it made this year easier. Yeah, I still have some bullshit that came along, but I can look back from this year to now and be like, okay, yeah, we did have some crazy spending habits this time. Yeah, we was a little irresponsible with this, that, and the third, but it's like, okay, this year we learned from that. Well, last year, the end of last year, we learned from that. So this year, it's like the reality that we in now, is way less stressful. And it's like, goddamn airplane and shit. That's kind of topic, but yeah, so yeah, as long as I keep that same mindset and keep the main thing with making sure I'm slowing down. I don't want to rush nothing that I do this year for the rest of this year. I want to make sure everything is slowed down, just so I can really, be in the moment when I need to be in the moment. And if I see a mistake, it's not like I got to correct that mistake right then and there. It's like, okay, I can think about it, analyze it, then make a decision based off how I want to go about that mistake. I don't want to just be so reactive. I feel as if last year I was so reactive. Like I just was so, anything that happened, I had like a instant reaction to it. Kind of the same with this year. It's like, yeah, it was a little bit better, but it's like I feel as if I was so reactive, especially with trading. That's what this main thing is kind of about. It's just trading, because I feel as if, like, once I get that at a good spot, then everything would kind of like flow easier. Then I can be able to, like, save money, I can stack up, I can shit spoil my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? Take more trips to New York. You know, just really start to live. And it's like, you know, with that, with me knowing that, like, um, you know, you never know what you rush into, you know. So I want to make sure that's like I'm enjoying everything that I can enjoy. I'm learning everything that I can learn. I'm taking as much physical notes and mental notes as I can, you know, and trying to enjoy the journey as much as I can, because it's like I don't want to get to the goal and it's like when I reach the goal, it's like, damn, I don't got, you know, I'm empty. I want to make sure that whenever I reach the goal, it's like I still have enough um um I don't know, shit, enough of something. You know, I don't want to just reach the goal and I feel empty. I want to reach the goal and feel like I'm still fulfilled because I still got so much more to do, you know. Maybe not so much more to do within that specific area, but it's much more to do within my life, you know. So it's like, yeah, I just don't want to be too caught up in trying to chase this one thing. And while I'm chasing this one thing, it's like I'm losing myself in the process. You know, I want to make sure that as soon as I reach my goals, whenever I reach my goals, you know, I'm still, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I lost it. But yeah, I'm just not lacking. I want to make sure that I'm still doing the damn thing. I'm still keeping the main thing the main thing. I still want to be fulfilled, or at least be fulfilled. You know, I don't want to be empty. So yeah, keeping the main thing, the main thing, the main thing, the main thing. And it's slowing down, man. It's slowing down, and it's like there's moments where I do be slowing down. I might slow down for like a week or two, and I can see like the progress because it's like I'm not putting so much pressure on myself, and it's like with me trying to be great, me wanting to be great so bad, I put so much pressure on myself. On me putting that much pressure on myself, I make dumbass logical decisions. Like the thought process be logical, it be thought out, but it be dumb as hell because it's like Dominic, like it wasn't the right time. Like now, like you know better than this. That would be really fucking me up because like Dominic, we know better than this. Like we gotta slow down, we gotta slow down, we gotta slow down. It's like I don't have so many signs, so many just situations that were telling me to slow down. So many. And I spoke about this before. Like, you know, I don't know what it is about my personality, my characteristics, but I just have my patience with certain things. It's just like, especially when you trying to, you know, especially when you just living by yourself and you trying to, you know, just do the best you can, and you feel as if life just passing you by, and it's like, how can I slow down when life just passing me by, life going like 90 miles per hour? But it's like, you got to. And it's like, I gotta tell myself, okay, for the past how many years, let's say the past 2 years, you wasn't slowing down. Look where it got you. You know what I'm saying? Look where it got you. You mean you're not nowhere near. I don't want to say nowhere near, but you're not as close to your goals as you know you could be, as you know you should be, because you wasn't slowing down. You wasn't taking the necessary steps. You wasn't having a slow burn mindset. You were just having I gotta do this now. I gotta get it now. I gotta hurry up. I gotta, you know. So it's like, with that being said, the last 2 years you were doing it your own way. You were doing it Dominique way. That's funny. You were doing it your own way. So it's like you can't just have an ego and be like, nah, I don't want to slow down. Nah, I can't do this. Like, nah. It's obvious you can't. And it's like, I want to make sure that I'm always honest with myself when it comes to just the decision that I make and the actions, my plans and stuff like that. And I got to tell myself, hey, you don't got it, Dominique. You don't got it. You're not there yet. You know, and it's like is a part of self-love anyway, because like, I gotta be able to be honest with myself. And, you know, my self-love gotta be able to have that egoless characteristic to be like, yeah, you ain't got it, and that's cool. If you know you don't got it, now get the shit. Now do what you gotta do to get the shit. Okay, now what we gotta do? Study more. We gotta study what we lacking on. Okay, you know what we lacking on. So now just emphasize that and take better notes. Okay, and like I said, working more overtime, making more money. With me making more money, now I gotta make sure that I'm saving more money. Because if I don't want to make more than spend the exact same, I make more than spend more. Now I want to make more and spend less. So it's like keeping all of that under wraps, you know, and you know, just making sure I'm always having my self-examinations talks, you know, whenever I'm walking, I'm doing yoga, whenever I'm meditating, You know, just whenever I'm just having some time to myself, I just gotta be real with myself. You know, so yeah, man, slow burn, slow burn, slow burn. You know, and it's like it's just like the the turtle and the tortoise, and it's like wait, yeah, wait, no, wait, the tortoise and the rabbit. My fault. Oh, I think it's a tortoise and a rabbit. I said turtles and tortoise, but yeah, tortoise and a rabbit. Yeah, the rabbit took off, hauling ass, gone, and it's like at some point, the rabbit, he was just running off fumes, and at some point his fume wasn't even working, and he couldn't even do much. He was just tired as hell. But the tortoise, slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady wins a race, slow and steady wins a race, and it's like I really got to have that implement, have that glued to my mindset. And like for this week I can say I did pretty well. Not doing too much, being very disciplined with my trading, just life in general. But yeah, I don't want to just have this 1 week. I want to be able to do this for next week, for a whole month. Next month, we got 5 months left to the end of this year, 4 or 5 months, whatever the fuck. It's about to be September. But September, October, yeah, going on 4 months. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, I just want to make sure I keep that same mindset the whole year, even to next year. All right, cool. We did this for how long? Now, what do we have that we can benefit from this? You know what I'm saying? And then still have that mindset, be like, okay, cool. Now we can see what slowing down did for us. We can see how much benefit that was. And then with us knowing and seeing that benefit, now that going to give us the momentum to keep slowing down, to keep being disciplined, keep being consistent. That's all I want to do. Just, that's all I want to do, man. And then, that is going to lead to the continuation of greatness. Man, I can't be great if I'm steady trying to rush something. I cannot be great if I'm trying to rush something. I cannot be great. I would not be great. I would never be great in nothing I'm trying to do if I continue to rush. I can't. Great bakers, great rappers, great athletes. Great doctors. I don't want to shine light on rappers and athletes, but doctors, parents, whoever it's a slow burn to that. You learn it day by day. You're not trying to just be the best parent right now. You're not trying to be the best doctor right now. You're not trying to be the best cook, the best chef. You're not trying to be it. You gotta learn, you gotta implement, you gotta see what's work, what don't work, and and then those small increments, boom, you great. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to attain. I just want to be great, y'all. That's it. I just want to be great, because my greatness just doesn't affect me. My greatness is going to, be a blessing to others, whether that friends, family, or strangers. It's like it's somebody on YouTube. He be all over social media. He just be like going in grocery stores and like just giving people money, like seeing that they need help. He's just being a blessing to them. And it's like, whenever I get to that point in my life where I'm in just complete abundance, that's what I want to do. That's how I want to be. So it's like I can't be lazy. I can't just keep forcing something. I gotta sit down, shut the hell up, be a student, and really focus on what I need to focus on. Because like I said, for one, I got a niece to spoil. My niece got to be able to fly a goddamn helicopter to her prom. So it's like my greatness is not my greatness just does not affect me. My blessings would not just be my blessings. I want to be able to retire my mother. So it's like I gotta be able to slow down. So it's like the bad decisions that I make, the bad habits, the fast pacing, not trying to take it easy, always trying to rush something. I look at myself like, damn, you being selfish right now, because it's like you know something bigger than you, but it's like you're not putting in the work on a consistent basis to be a blessing to others, and most importantly to yourself. And it's like, damn, Dominique, do this shit for yourself first, then we can focus on everybody else. But it's like, it always is something else that we always gotta do. So yeah, man. Hey man, say man. But yeah, I don't want to ramble. Going on 20 minutes. But we at 300 subscribers though, so I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna end this on 20 minutes. Yeah, man, thank y'all for 300. Hopefully by November, December, I'll be at 400. Um, anything else I got to say? Nope. All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank y'all.